Hey listeners, it's Alex and Paul here, and we've got a data point quiz question just for you. The number is 6. Is that A, the number of staff still remaining at the U.S. Department of Education? Is it B, the number of episodes of this education news comedy quiz show that we've now produced? Or is it C, the number of times we've made fun of Florida on this show?
Well, even though it's always fun to make fun of Florida, if you answered B, you'd be correct, because this is our 6th episode, counting this one, of course.
Yes, and during the first 5 quiz shows, we've already had so many favorite and funny moments with our special guest contestants, we decided it's never too soon to do a best of episode. So that's what we have for you today, listeners. It's our education news comedy quiz best of so far.
I like it.
Well, let's get right to it. Do you remember the very first episode?
You always remember your first one.
Yes, we launched with 2 incredibly inspiring, dynamic educators, State Teachers of the Year, Dorina Eboa and Lindsay Jensen.
Yeah, they were both amazing.
Amazing. And among the games we asked them to play was one we called Which is More?
But, okay, so the first Which is More is for you, Lindsay.
Okay.
So are there currently more people working for the National Center for Educational Statistics, which is the agency within the U.S. Department of Education that collects and analyzes data about students in schools across the entire nation? Or are there more people working the midday shift at your neighborhood Starbucks?
You know, I'm depressed to answer this question, but I'm familiar with all of the cuts and the gutting of agencies that has happened, particularly as it pertains to the Department of Ed. So I'm going to go with Starbucks. More Starbucks.
That is correct. There are more people making those caramel macchiatos at your local Starbucks because the National Education Statistics Agency has been reduced from roughly 100 employees to a skeletal staff of just 3. Mass layoffs of more than 1,300 employees at the Department of Education announced earlier in the year by U.S. Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, delivered what one insider called a crippling blow to the agency's ability to carry out the roles Congress has authorized it to do, including telling us how public schools and federal programs are doing through statistics and research.
Well, hey, you know, the good news is that for those 3 employees that are left, there's now a much shorter line at their own Starbucks across the street.
Always a silver lining, Alex.
Always.
So, Dorina, let's go to your Which is More question. Ready?
Yep.
All right. In the entire state of Oklahoma, are there more public schools or more cannabis dispensaries?
Okay.
You got a 50-50 on this.
Oklahoma, Oklahoma. I am going to actually do the same thing that Lindsay did due to the fact that we do see issues in education and rural education, living in the middle of nowhere here. I do see a lot of closing of schools and then the actual consolidation of schools. So I am going to say that there are more dispensaries than there are public schools in Oklahoma.
That is well deduced. As of December 2024, the Oklahoman reported there were 1,796 pot dispensaries and there were 1,781 public schools. So more pot dispensaries than public schools. That number, by the way, the total number of public schools, that's according to the 3 people who are still left at the National Center for Educational Statistics. When asked, the state superintendent of public education said, there is no truth to the rumor that to increase efficiency, the state is now creating a series of community schools that will provide wraparound dispensary services for families.
Imagine how tasty the snacks are now going to be at your school cafeteria with the
I'm gonna
dispensary,
tell you
right across the
now.
street.
That Friday pizza, man.
In another one of our early episodes, we featured two amazing school leaders and former principals, Jose Luis Navarro and Dr. Holly Blair. And during our Surfing the Headlines game, Alex asked them about a situation in the state of Idaho that had been in the news.
All right, Jose Luis, this next question is for you. Idaho's Attorney General, Raul Labrador, recently issued a legal opinion stating that...
I'm sorry.
Let me try that one more time.
You threw him off.
Well, you said Raul in Idaho. I didn't believe you. Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. Let me try that again. Idaho's Attorney General Raul Labrador recently issued a legal opinion stating that banners in Idaho public school classrooms which say everyone is welcome here are what?
They're banned.
That is right. They are illegal in his state. The Attorney General was asked to provide guidance to schools for implementing Idaho's new law, House Bill 41, that went into effect July 1st. The new statute forbids school employees from displaying flags or banners that show opinions, emotions, beliefs, or thoughts about politics, economics, society, faith, or religion. Terms so vague that the Idaho Department of Education asked the Attorney General to clarify it for school leaders.
Something as simple as everybody is welcome. And that breaks my heart. When you think of DEI, the idea of diversity is a good thing. Equity, don't we all want inclusion? I want your voice included as well, whether you agree with me or not. But ultimately, I want everybody to belong. So everybody's welcomed here, being banned. That literally breaks my heart because of what I truly believe in. If people feel safe, if they feel welcomed, they perform better.
I have to admit, I hadn't heard about this story until just recently, even though it first got national attention back in March.
Oh, well, Paul, that's because you need to be getting more of your news from social media.
I guess so. I still read papers. But anyway, for those of you like me who hadn't been tracking this, in March, there was a teacher, Sarah Inama, who refused to remove the Everyone is Welcome Here banner that she had posted in her classroom in the West Ada School District in Meridian, Idaho, even after administrators told her it violated district policy. The sign includes, and you may want to sit down for this because this is truly subversive, an image of 10 raised hands in different colors, ranging from dark brown to pale pink, underneath the Everyone is Welcome Here wording. And it's those raised hands that have the district and Idaho's Attorney General so up in, well, arms.
Well, you know, as part of the AG's opinion, he also claimed that the teacher began displaying the signs in her class in 2017. However, she told IdahoEdNews.org that she wasn't even a teacher in 2017 and that she didn't put the sign up until 2020 or 2021.
Holly, is that an issue in Maine? Like literally like this, people this freaked out about equality or equity?
Yes. Well, yes and no. Maine is an asylum state. And so when we had people from other countries start coming to Maine, they're very much accepted and welcomed. And actually one of the big pushes in education, and I'm sure other professions, was they wanted to have teachers and administrators in front of kiddos that looked like them, that had a similar background to them, right? To help them feel welcome and understood. And so that's been the push, that's been the move. So then when all of a sudden it just, a year ago, it just changed and now it's bad and you can't advertise and you can't look for and you can't encourage. And unfortunately, it's some of those kiddos that are the most vulnerable that are really getting hurt the most. And that's what's not okay.
This just into, I was actually just handed this alert. Not to be outdone by all the ridiculousness in Idaho, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has announced that henceforth the letters D, E, and I will be removed from all alphabets in classrooms across his state. When asked to comment, one elementary teacher remarked, that's not such a goo-ah.
Well,
All right, you guys got that?
then what's Florida going to be then? Florida, like what?
Hello.
For those of us at home who, like me, who might not have got that one the first time around, I just realized if you take the letters D, E, and I out of the alphabet, all that's left of a good idea is just goo ah.
Come on, Alex. Keep up, Alex. Keep up.
I like to surround myself with good people. That's how I get through. That's how I've always gotten through.
With goo people.
On that same episode of the quiz featuring Principals Jose Luis Navarro and Dr. Holly Blair, we also decided to test their knowledge beyond typical education issues and delve into something truly significant: school principals from the world of TV and movies. We called that game Hollywood Principals, and here's how it went. Both of you have experienced serving in what many people believe is the most difficult role in education, the principal. And principals have been celebrated and other times mocked in our popular culture for decades. So in this game, we're going to ask you about Hollywood principals, those school leaders from TV and movies who have led their schools with varying degrees of success. So I'm going to give you the names of fictional principals, and you have to answer with the name of the TV show or movie that character is in. So, for instance, if I ask Albus Dumbledore is the name of the headmaster in which movies based on a series of best-selling books, you would, of course, say...
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Got it? All right.
Are they all like that? Are they all like that?
Yeah. I hope they're all like that.
All right. Well, each question is worth 1 point, and I'll take turns asking each of you. And we have a bunch of these, so we will go quickly. Holly, Ava Coleman is the principal of Abbott Elementary School in which current TV sitcom?
I don't know. I don't watch it.
Let me ask it again. Ava Coleman is the principal of Abbott Elementary School in which current TV sitcom?
Abbott Elementary.
You got it. All right, Jose Luis. Seymour Skinner is the name of the principal at Springfield Elementary School in which long-running animated series?
I'm going to say The Simpsons.
Ooh,
Hey.
point for Jose Luis. Very nice. Okay, these might get a little bit tougher. Holly, Ed Rooney was the name of the principal at a suburban Chicago high school in which 1980s movie?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Anybody?
Yes.
Anybody? You got it. Very nice. Okay. Jose Luis, actor and former Saturday Night Live cast member Tim Meadows played Principal Ron Duvall in both the 2004 movie and the 2024 musical adaptation of what?
The Mean Girls.
Whoa!
Woo!
Very nice. Nice work. All right, Holly. Richard Belding was the name of the principal at Bayside High School in Los Angeles in which early 1990s TV series?
Saved by the Bell.
Whoa!
Woo!
These principals are on fire. Bonus point for either of you. Anyone know his catchphrase? It was, hey, 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 what's going on here? All right. Jose Luis, Principal Victoria was the name of the longtime principal at South Park Elementary School in this TV series that began in 1997 and is still running.
South Park.
Yeah!
Yes.
Got it. Holly, Principal Figgins was the leader at an Ohio high school in which TV series that had everyone singing from 2009 to 2015? Let me say that again in my
Okay, say it
trademark.
again.
Let me say that again in my trademark hint style. Principal Figgins was the leader at an Ohio high school in which TV series that had everyone singing from
Okay.
2009 to 2015?
I'm going to say High School Musical.
Oh, very close. The answer was Glee. But I got to say, I did love High School Musical.
Okay, all right.
As well as High School Musical, the series. All right, Jose Luis. Miss Agatha Trunchbull was the headmistress at Cruncham Hall in the 1996 movie that was also adapted as a musical in the 2010s.
I don't.
You need a clue?
I'm going to have to say Wicked. I don't know.
Ooh, I'll give you a clue first. It's originally based on a book by Roald Dahl.
I don't know.
The answer was Matilda. Great job to both of you. Put some major points on the board. One last bonus question. This is a jump ball for either of you, and this one goes way back before all of our times, except maybe yours, Paul. Michael Woodman was the name of the principal at James Buchanan High School in Brooklyn, in which 1970s TV sitcom?
Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh,
Yes.
Paul, you got a friend.
Well done.
That's before my time. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Me too, Holly. Me too.
In another episode, school policy and finance experts Janelle Kubanek and Kevin Gordon took on the quiz, including our Education Data Points of the Month game.
Ooh, data, policy, school finance. You were in heaven that episode, Paul.
Yes, I was. And here's how it went. So, Kevin, the first data point is for you, and it is 24. Is this A, the average number of announcements, 24, that interrupt classroom instruction during a typical school day, according to a new study? Is it B, 24, the number of times during her recent testimony before Congress that U.S. Secretary of Education Linda McMahon referred to the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, the IDEA, as, quote, that law that has something to do with students and IDs? Or is it C, the number of states, 24, that have passed laws banning or restricting cell phone use at school?
I think I'm going to go with C.
Going with C, cell phone bans, and that is correct. Florida was the first state to ban them in 2023, and many states, both red and blue, have since passed laws. And the laws range from banning phones altogether on school grounds to banning their use during class time to requiring individual school districts to adopt policies restricting their use. So limiting cell phone use, policymakers argue, will benefit students' mental health and learning, at least for the hours that they're at school. This latest legislative flurry follows other notorious classroom bans from past decades that you may remember, including the banning of pagers and even Pokemon trading cards.
I think this is one of that we feel like we're caught at this moment of tension where we want to have students attentive, and then at the same time, we want them to be with technology. So it's how do you strike that balance, right? So we want to have, I think, kids develop a very healthy relationship with technology as a resource to help them navigate both the, being aware and knowledgeable, and also protecting them from too much stuff that we find anxiety creating. And I think these bans are one experiment that we'll be working through to say, do you have kids performing with better outcomes as they've had less screen time, but they still have a lot of opportunities for screen time. So how are we teaching them to engage with screens in a productive way?
Yeah, well, and I know that in a lot of places, the way the bans work is, students can bring their phone onto campus, but when they go inside the classroom, they then have to leave their device in one of those hanging storage sleeves or cubbies. I did see one student comment on social media that he was going to go out and buy a burner phone just to leave it in the storage sleeve.
Yeah, never underestimate their ability to get around the brilliant things that some of the adults try to create to limit their use.
Right. Absolutely. And by the way, students, if you're listening and you subscribe to our podcast on Apple or Spotify, we'll send you our free toolkit on how to get around cell phone bans.
The issue of banning things from schools is one that has come up a lot. So much so that in our most recent episode featuring school counselor Lori Woodley Langendorf and Utah elementary school teacher John Arthur, we devoted an entire game to the topic. All right, it's time for a new game that we are calling To Ban or Not to Ban. We've all been hearing, of course, a lot lately about cell phone bans at schools, and of course there are book bans and DEI bans. It turns out there's a long and storied history of trying to ban things at schools that our crack research team looked into. So in this game, I'm going to name some common items, and for each one, you simply have to say whether it has ever been banned by a school. So banned or not banned. We'll alternate with the questions, and John, we'll start with you. The first item is red ink. Has this ever been banned or not banned in schools?
I want to say it's been banned. My mom's Korean, and she said that red ink was bad luck. Anyway, Ooh. So I feel like somebody at some point was like, you know what, red ink is making kids feel bad. Let's mark them down with some green ink. It'll feel better, So yeah, it's been banned.
So you are correct. Red ink was banned. In 2019, a UK school made headlines for banning teachers from using red pens to grade papers. Why? Administrators argued that the color red could damage students' self-esteem by appearing aggressive or confrontational. Instead, educators were instructed to use green or purple pens to create a calmer environment.
All right.
Sounds about right. There you go.
All right, Lori, this next one's for you. Okay. Flaming hot Cheetos, banned or not banned in schools?
Banned.
You are incorrect on this one. They have not been banned, although, get this, in 2018, a Texas middle school did ban backpacks after a series of messy incidents involving crushed bags of Cheetos that were left in hallways and which stained floors and lockers.
Oh, so not the Cheetos, just the backpacks that carried them.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, John, here we go. Urinals, banned or not banned?
Man, they should be banned. Like, especially in an elementary school, it's like recess in there sometimes, especially with like little kids. I'm sorry, Lori.
That's okay.
This may be pulling back the curtain on something, but there's
I work with humans.
It's like little boys. I remember doing like distance contests, like how far back can you be? Like it should be gone.
Well, yes, they were banned. This ban on the use of school urinals on school property is very recent and was part of a larger set of new rules that the Milford School Board in New Hampshire created in response to lengthy debates about bathroom use and gender identity. Board members claimed the new rules represented a compromise, but students staged a mass walkout during school hours to protest them.
Yeah, I understand, too, the National Association of Restrooms weighed in on this, saying that urinals should not be made into scapegoats for society's inability to deal with complex issues.
I just want to know what the signs look like at that protest, like when they were like holding them up like this, and
Oh my gosh, I bet we could find that.
I think I saw a sign that said, "I will not stand for this."
Ah.
All right, Lori, here we go. The word Meep. Banned or not banned?
Meep.
Meep.
I have no idea what that means. So banned.
You are correct. Back in 2009, a Danvers, Massachusetts high school principal told students that they would be suspended for saying meep, a favorite utterance of lab assistant Beaker from The Muppet Show. According to a Salem, Massachusetts news article at the time, the principal said students were using the word to disrupt school and also planning a massive disruption on Facebook.
I'm a tremendous fan of Beaker, and I truly feel like this violated his First Amendment rights.
I love that they couldn't find another way to, like, they banned that word. And it's like, oh, I guess our disruption is canceled, guys. 'Cause we can't find another annoying word to
exactly. Like, let's take this one word out and not believe that kids are creative enough to figure out another one. Like, how do you chase that?
Okay, John, here we go. Chapstick, banned or not banned?
Chapstick. I don't know. I feel like everything should be banned at some point, but this is I'm gonna say not banned.
Oh, it was banned.
Was it?
It was. Augusta County Public Schools in Virginia had a ban in place for several years during the 2010s in an effort to protect the health of all students. A previous disease outbreak and advice from the local health department led to the ban, since children tend to share lip balm and lipstick, and those objects can become a health concern.
All these kids running around with cracked lips in the wintertime. I just need some, just like going around the corner. Hey man, I got some lip balm. You want some lip balm? I got you.
Let's teach them not to critically think. Let's just take all thinking away from them.
Yeah, seriously.
Right. Well, and this is true too. At one point, the district clarified that, quote, as with other medications, kids can get their doctors to permit nurses to apply chapstick in the office, or parents can come in to administer it themselves.
Oh, wow. So, Paul, were you the type of kid whose mom would have come onto campus to apply chapstick?
Probably.
When I first heard about the story, I actually thought that it had something to do with, kissing, like applying chapstick and then kissing each other or something like that. And I had this flash to my own. I don't know, this may be getting a little off topic, but I had an Auntie Tommy who, she was the aunt who always went for the kiss on the lips when, when you'd go see her at the holidays. And so it was, I was always greeted at the door with a big insistence of a kiss on the lips. So I was definitely trying to avoid that chapstick.
But you critically thought that through, right? You decided for yourself that didn't make a lot of sense to you.
Shout out to Auntie Tommy, too.
Yeah. Auntie Tommy. Everybody's like always talking about creepy uncle, but Auntie Tommy, like much more serious issue.
Okay, moving on. Last one, Lori.
All right.
Sorry, I'm having flashes of Auntie Tommy all of a sudden.
You see her coming at you, don't you?
Yeah, exactly, right? She's living. She's sitting right there on your shoulder.
Okay, Lori. Mickey Mouse ears, banned or not banned?
Probably some school banned them.
Ooh, this is officially our toughest game ever, Paul, because Mickey Mouse ears, not banned.
Ah, geez.
At least not that our research team could discover. So long live the mouse.
Okay.
That surprises me. We had a whole issue in Utah a couple years ago around furries in school, and like this accusation that teachers had litter boxes in their classroom and kids were coming in full furry, costumed up, and it turned out it was just like a handful of girls with like those little headbands with the cat ears on them. And I have to imagine like those got banned, and Mickey Mouse was like, oh boy, no more cats, like and then those got banned too. He's like, oh no.
Paul, was that officially the best Mickey Mouse impression that's ever been done on our podcast?
I absolutely.
At least
Yet another award to your long resume, John. Nice work.
Elementary school teachers. We've got all the gifts.
All the tools. All the tools.
That music is, of course, from our very own in-show band, Tommy Dunbar and the Number 2 Pencils. Tommy and the band always seem to have just the right music to bring to the moment.
All right. Well, as you know, each episode of the quiz ends with our world famous rapid fire round called True, False, or What? Oh, thanks for joining in there, Alex.
I couldn't resist.
Well, here's a favorite episode when former Big City Schools Superintendent Richard Carranza and Kentucky high school student Luisa Sanchez took on some of our most challenging questions.
Okay, Luisa, we are starting with you. 3 questions. Here they come. True, false, or what? As schools prepared recently for the new school year, one school district in Tennessee asked its teachers to stop posting Amazon wish lists for school supplies on their social media accounts.
True.
You are correct. This is true. Lewis County Schools, which consists of 4 schools and is located about 80 miles outside of Nashville, asked teachers not to post their Amazon wish lists of classroom supplies online. Specifically, not to post lists alongside the names or logos of the school district or its schools. As reported by ABC News, the district's director of schools explained that many donors believe they are giving teachers items that the district refuses to provide, which can create a misleading impression about the support the district provides its staff. All right, next question. True, false, or what? The most popular school lunch food, as rated by students in each state, were burritos.
False.
You are correct. Burritos were identified as the favorite of students in just one state, Arizona. However, according to the annual State of School Lunch Report produced by ProCare Therapy, the most popular school lunch identified last year by students in 17 states was, anybody want to guess?
Pizza.
Pizza, you got it, including pizza squares, pizza crunchers, pizza sticks, and pizza burgers. This was followed by the chicken sandwich, which was number 1 in 7 states, and Bosco sticks, which topped out in 6 states.
I gotta say, that's a district leader that knows his students. He knows what that popular food is.
But I have to admit, in all transparency, I was born in Tucson, Arizona, went to school in Tucson, Arizona, so I was all over that burrito.
Well, being in Southern California, I'm a burrito person myself. But Luisa, where do you stand? Favorite cafeteria lunch food?
It has to be Bosco stick.
What even is a Bosco stick?
It's just cheese inside, and bread. Just breaded cheese. A breaded mozzarella cheese stick.
Okay.
It's a classic, yeah.
Oh, thank you for asking that, Paul, because I was secretly wondering myself. All right, this is your last question, Luisa. True, false, or what? The school board in Midland Independent School District in West Texas just renamed 2 schools after Confederate leader Robert E. Lee, roughly 5 years after the board had voted to remove Lee from the schools' names.
Is it true?
That is true. Basically, the district renamed 2 schools after the Confederate general. Midland becomes the 2nd district in recent years to resurrect Confederate names that were previously retired due to their racist connotations. Another district, Shenandoah County in Virginia, reverted 2 school names in May of 2024. Richard, you never had to deal with this issue in New York, did you?
No, not in New York. It was starting to bubble up in Houston, and then we had a little weather event called Hurricane Harvey, so we didn't get to it. But we didn't have to deal with it at that point.
Well, and I would think also in New York, aren't all the schools named after numbers?
Yeah, if you're against numbers and numerology, I guess you might have a pretty big agenda.
Well, I got to ask, should we just go to all numbers for all schools or no?
That would be answer number PS 57. No.
No. Okay. So you like names. All right.
I would say my school, actually, they had a white man holding up a Confederate flag as like the school mascot, and they removed it a couple of years ago. So.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, how did Louisa do?
Louisa crushed it. She got all 3 right, which also earns her the bonus point.
Ooh,
so she has a total of 8 to Richard's 4.
All right, Richard. Well, I think that you might be up to this task. Here we go. True, false, or what? Love is in the air at Newton High School in Newton, Kansas. According to the school newspaper, 19 teachers at the high school are married to 19 other teachers who also teach at that same school.
What? What is it, the Love Boat? Love Island?
We always, of course, accept what, but in this case, it is false, probably, thankfully. But according to the Railer Student News, there are 4 couples at the school. And of course, if Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce moved to Newton, that would make 5 couples. Although, fact check disclaimer, these totals were as of spring of last year. We can still verify that all the teachers are on the school roster, but love and the pressures of, new school year being what they are, we can't verify if they're all still married.
Wow. I'll tell you what, if I was the principal of that school, I'd want to make sure all 4 of those couples were carpooling, because if not, that'd be a problem.
I love your mind goes to the parking lot overcrowding.
Can't take that hat off. Can't take it off.
Although not carpooling might be the only time they have to themselves.
Well, that would be a conversation in the teacher's lounge around the water cooler. Why aren't they carpooling?
So, Alex, do you know, is their school mascot still called the Swingers?
You should see that mascot, those mascots' moves at the football games. That's for sure. All right, Richard, next question. True, false, or what? At a first day of school event in San Francisco Unified School District, the superintendent said the district's goal this year is to, quote, "We want to be boring. No drama, nothing to see here," end quote. Is that true, false, or what?
So I've got to just be totally honest. I know the superintendent. That's my former school district where I was superintendent. I know my San Francisco peeps really, really well. And I wish her a very boring school year, because that's what she said.
You are absolutely correct, and you know your stuff. This is true. According to the San Francisco Chronicle, after years of discord, upheaval, and crisis, Superintendent Maria Sue said, "We want to be boring this year. We need to be heads down, focused on student learning." In recent years, the district has endured board member recalls, superintendent changes, budget crises, controversies over school names, putting Algebra 1 back in 8th grade, ethnic studies, and more. Oh, yeah, and also a pandemic. Richard, did you ever set out to be boring for the school year?
Yeah, I might have thought I wanted to be boring, but circumstances were always such that it was never boring. Never boring.
So a board member from the district did clarify in a news story that the goal is, quote, not boring inside the schools or inside the classrooms. It should be exciting and joyful and focused on math and reading and all that stuff. But the adult stuff should be boring, he said.
Amen.
Yes. All right, Richard, here is your final question. True, false, or what? Oklahoma's state superintendent of schools announced that any teacher in the United States who wants to move to his state to teach must now pass a special exam to prove they don't adhere to a radical leftist ideology.
That is true.
Well, close. That is actually false. There will, in fact, be a new exam for out of state teachers, but only teachers from 2 states, New York or California. Even though Oklahoma has a massive teacher shortage, and even though, according to Oklahoma's own data, since 2020, there have been only 19 out-of-state applications from California and New York, and in 2025, only 1 applicant came from California and none from New York. American Federation of Teachers President Randy Weingarten recently said of the Oklahoma superintendent of schools who put forward this new test idea, his priority should be educating students, but instead it's getting Donald Trump and other politicians to notice him.
Is it any wonder that I worked in California and New York? I got that one wrong.
Hey, Alex, by the way, soon after we asked that question about Oklahoma's state superintendent of schools, a guy by the name of Ryan Walters, he actually resigned. So we like to think that it was our constant barrage of tough questions, shining the light on dubious things going on under his watch, that led to him leaving office.
Yes, we like to think that.
Well, anyway, we hope you've all enjoyed this trip down memory lane.
And listeners, we want to take this opportunity to especially thank you for your kind words, your online reviews, for recommending the show to others, and most of all, for coming along as we laugh some and learn some about the latest and sometimes not so great public education news.
Thanks, everyone, and we'll be back next month with an all-new episode.